a shockwave in a crowded season. When Dandadan erupted onto streaming queues in October 2024, the fall schedule was already jam-packed with juggernauts like Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, and Blue Lock S2. Yet Science Saru's riotous adaptation of Yukinobu Tatsu's manga muscled its way to the front of the conversation, buoyed by an early theatrical preview, simultaneous drops on Netflix, Hulu, and Crunchyroll, and word of mouth that it does everything at once and makes it look easy. Polygon. Diario as. The payoff was immediate. By years, and the series had racked up almost 100 million hours watched on Netflix alone, edging out much older franchises and signaling that audiences were hungry for something uncategorizable. Screen Rant. Genre is a playground, not a cage. Dandadan refuses the tidy marketing labels that usually help sell shonen shows. Romance, body horror, high school comedy, and UFO paranoia careen together without ever slowing the pace. Critics quickly noted that its whiplash tonal shifts feel less like gimmicks and more like extensions of teenage turbulence, where crushes, cosmic dread, and slapstick can coexist in a single afternoon. Collider. The Michigan Daily. Rather than diluting the narrative, this mashup ethos gives the writers license to escalate plotlines in directions viewers cannot predict. Dandadan suggests that future shonen hits may be measured less by how clearly they slot into a shelf and more by how boldly they remix everything on it. Women at the epicenter. If there is a central thesis to Dandadan, it is that girls drive the plot. Momo Iase is neither token love interest nor exposition sponge. She is the spark, the one who sets dares and lands punches. Supporting characters like psychic Grandma Seiko or ex-delinquent Aira aren't demoted to cheerleaders either. Their motivations and their flaws propel subplots instead of merely seasoning them. The result is an action series where the female gaze is implicit. Jokes land because women deliver them, horror bites because women face it, and power UPS feel earned because women claim them. For a genre that still too often sidelines its heroines, Dandadan offers a template that is organic rather than performative. Expressionist animation that breathes. Science Saru's hybrid workflow, combining fluid hand-drawn motion with flash compositing, has long been a studio calling card, but Dandadan weaponizes it. Rubber hose exaggeration bleeds into painterly stills, neon smears accentuate impact frames, and the camera swims through spaces that feel alive, as though the ink itself could laugh or shriek. Wikipedia. Because the style flexes with the story's mood, a single episode can pivot from tender blushes to Cronenbergian grotesquerie without visual whiplash. Future productions will find it harder to justify good enough animation when audiences have seen what full-throttle expressiveness looks like on a weekly budget. Horror and humor hand in clammy hand. A turbocharged grandma who steals delicate body parts. An alien cult obsessed with reptilian fertility rites. These set UPS should be nightmare fuel, yet Dandadan undercuts dread with gut-punch sight gags and timing that lands like the best man's eye routine. Reviewers have praised how the scripts never let relief deflate the stakes. Each laugh is quickly re-weaponized into the next scare. Collider. By showing that terror and belly laughs can reinforce rather than cancel each other, the series reopens a road once walked by Uzumaki or Mononoke, but with meme-age velocity. A blueprint for post-genre shonen. Traditional shonen arcs hinge on training, power scaling, and tournament brackets. Dandadan keeps the kinetic battles, but orbits them around identity, teenage intimacy, and the messiness of belief. Ghosts vs. Aliens is only half the conflict. The real battles are over self-worth, boundaries, and the right to be weird in public. That focus on emotional stakes reframes power not as a ladder, but as a mirror. The implication for the genre is clear. Future heroes can grow stronger by getting stranger, funnier, or kinder, not just by adding zeros to their attack stats. Paranormal is cool again. By 2024, the Monster of the Week formula had lost sheen, crowded out by Ice Guy Reskins and dark fantasy epics. Dandadan resurrects the paranormal, but reinvents it with breakneck pacing and creature designs that feel ripped from late-night urban legend forums. Each episode treats lore like a sandbox, remixing schoolyard myths with X-Files weirdness until they feel thrillingly current. Expect the ripple effect to be swift. Studios already greenlighting yokai comedies and alien rom-coms are citing Dandadan in pitch decks, betting that niche folklore can punch well above its weight when filtered through Gen Z irreverence. Proof that too weird is no excuse. Adapting Tatsu's manga looked like a fool's errand. Kinetic layouts, panel-breaking sound effects, and tonal gear shifts on nearly every page. Science Sar's answer was to lean in harder, translating visual onomatopoeia into motion, trusting bright color smears where others would mute palettes, and letting the soundtrack bounce from chiptune to choir without apology. The runaway success demonstrates that faithful does not mean literal, it means capturing energy and intent. If Dandadan can make a ghost-possessed turbo granny the internet's new favorite granny, no property is unfilmable so long as the adaptation respects the spirit over the letter. The aftershock. Streaming numbers, glowing reviews, and cosplay proliferation tell only part of the story. Dandadan leaves behind a set of challenges for the industry. Blend bravely. Audiences reward risk when it's executed with conviction. Center complex women without tokenism. Animate like you mean it. Stylistic audacity can be a marketing hook. Let horror and humor share the stage. They amplify each other. Treat weird as a feature, not a bug. In doing so, the show doesn't just add another title to seasonal watch lists, it redraws the map for what a shonen series can be in the streaming era. If the 2020s end up remembered as the decade shonen finally broke its own mold, the first tremor will trace back to a UFO, a ghost, and a dare between two stubborn teenagers in Dandadan.